Hello, everybody. How are you? So this is Uncle Bruce, and I'm here again with Juvenile. How are you, Juvenile?
Hey Bruce, I am fine and good to be back.
Good, good, good. So today we have another article that Juvenile is found on the internet to be a very interesting article. And so I'm going to share my screen with you to show you the article with the title. So let me do that here. And here we go. Okay. So the name of the article is The Average Doctor in the US Makes $350,000 a Year. Why? So that's the name of the article. So if you're interested to look at it later, you can see it's in the Washington Post. So there we are. I'll stop sharing now. We'll get back into our conversation. So, what is the reason this caught your attention, Juvenile? Why?
Because first of all, I wish to have this as well.
I think that all Americans would like to have that salary. That's a nice salary, 350.
Yeah,
How much is that in
yeah,
reais?
yeah.
How much is that in reais?
Nowadays, I think the conversion is about almost 4.8.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something like 600
About
million
1.6
dollars.
million
Million
reais.
reais, yeah.
1.6 million reais per year. That's
Yeah.
okay. I could live on that.
Yeah, it's a
It's possible.
an excellent salary for the Brazilian level, to be honest.
I remember meeting a guy and his salary was like 1 million per month. But I
Oh,
mean, he was not my student. His wife was my student. But his,
uh-huh.
his salary is like 1 million a month, man. It's like, woo, that boy is
Yeah.
rolling. That boy is rolling in the dough. You ever heard that expression?
No.
Yeah, rolling in the dough means you have a bunch of money. You're just rolling your body inside the money, and
Okay. Okay.
so it's the expression we have, rolling in the dough.
Okay.
That means you're making a lot of money. But 1.5 million a year, it's still pretty good, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for
So for an
sure.
American, three
For
hundred
sure.
fifty thousand dollars a year is a good salary for sure, for sure. And a
In
lot of
despite
people would like
of
to have that.
yeah, in despite of I don't know the levels, you can say better than me, and you can know better than me. What about the life cost in USA?
Well, if you are making probably $40,000 a year, you're living okay. You're living okay. I think that
Okay.
poverty is below that. Probably 25 to 35,000 is not so good. 35 is not poverty, but you have people that are making 10,000. I don't know, maybe about 10 to $20,000 a year, and that's pretty low. That's pretty low. So
Okay.
it's hard to live on that because your housing cost is at least $700. That's cheap, man. That's in a
Mm-hmm.
cheap place to live, and maybe in a very
Mm-hmm.
bad place to live. But the average cost for an apartment, I think, is about $1,000 for a low level apartment.
Mm-hmm.
If you want something higher, it's going to be 1,200, 1,500, 2,000 a month, and that's pretty good. Then you have a nice place to live. But then if you have a car, you have car insurance, everything. Okay, but $350,000 a year, yeah, you can live well. You can live well. So,
Okay.
so I'm going to share my screen again. I have some things I wanted to share with you guys, things that I found from this article. In fact, we can just share some ideas in the article that we can reference real quick as we're
Mm-hmm.
just glancing because we did read the article and so we can talk about it here. Um, so $350,000 a year, doctors pull in 10 times that much. But that's the average U.S. physician doctor is 350 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Top doctors pull in 10 times that, which is $3.5 million a year. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
top doctor. Okay. So
Yeah.
some doctors make a lot of money. And we're going to talk about
Exactly.
why they explained it here.
Exactly. Yeah.
This working paper here. I found that working paper and I found a lot of
Yeah.
information there. And so I'll share that with you here now. And that is from this document here. It's called Who Values Human Capitalist Human Capital? Okay. A human capitalist, human capital are the humans. Okay. And so the
Yes.
earnings and labor supply of you as physicians. That's the topic of this article here. And it's written, and I just run into the article. It's actually with a PDF. You can download the PDF. And so I downloaded it, just referencing it. And I found this information here that in the idea of being a doctor, you have an average work hour. Here's 40, that's minimum, but many work 65 hours a week. So that's a lot of hours. And so the neurosurgeon and the cardiac surgeon, these guys are always busy. They have a high demand for their specialty. And say you also have orthopedic surgeon, and so you have some people that are in high demand. And so something here is that the income is based on your specialty also. Okay, you have plastic surgery, dermatology, orthopedic surgery, and have neurosurgery down here. But this is for research experience, based on your research experience.
Yes.
So if you have a lot of research, if you publish a lot of articles in medical journals, your salary goes up exponentially. So it was interesting to see that. And then here's the length of training. Now remember, a doctor must have at least 8 years of education. That's minimum. That's just to get your doctorate degree, a medical doctor. But that means you're not really qualified for anything special. You're just a doctor. And that's special enough in itself. But then if you add on 3.5 more years, up to 7.5 more years to be one of these other specialists, well, then your income goes up. Okay. If you're a specialist in neurosurgery, cardiac surgery, orthopedic surgery, you get more money based on your training and education. Okay. So here's the U.S. degree versus income. So when you have annual income of $800,000 in dermatology. Now, dermatology to me is an interesting topic to make that kind of money, or anesthesiologist. Okay, these guys have a lot of training too. It's a little bit different than the other guys with neurosurgery and stuff like that, but still, they have a lot of training and a lot of education. And if they are very good, they also have to be good at marketing. Okay, so that's why in any business, you have to be a good business person or have people working for you that can be that type of special part of your business. And then I found this about physicians geographically making more money than others. And I was surprised. Look at the California group. California evidently has less money per doctor. And New York has a high amount, but I was surprised to see Texas and some of these others in these we call Midwestern states, this is North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. So I was surprised to see these guys making so much money, but it's because there are less doctors. And that's why they have a higher salary too, because there are less of them. And then they compared doctors here with physicians with lawyers. And here, the ones in California make a lot of money. The lawyers in California make a lot of money. So it was interesting to kind of correlate these things, see this. And then here we have some more graphs that they put together to help understand different aspects of money making potential. So just interesting to see that when you pick a specialty, your ability to make money is based on that specialty. And then the expected outcome, like primary care, that's a general doctor. And so the correlation between what's expected and what actually happens is it's actually expected more and you get less. And here in anesthesiology, the expectation is less than what you actually get. The actual income is the light blue. So that's a baseline. So the expectation is they don't expect to get that much, but they get more. So anyway, there's a lot of statistics here that they referenced. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And so I'll stop sharing for the moment and we can get into some discussion. And I know you want to share something too on your screen.
Yes, yes. But first, what called my attention to this article is because it's a very controversial topic in society in general, not only in US but in Brazil as well. The point is, for example, I know that the US is going through hard times in terms of health services, you know, and because I think in a different way comparing to Brazil, all the health services are private, different than Brazil that we have a huge
yeah, we don't have
system.
any public hospitals that well, there may be some, but they are very far and few in between. It's not a common thing to have a public hospital. So
Okay,
it's different.
so that's the thing here. You know, it seems that there is some paradox in the in the situation of health services, the health segment, and the average or the average income that these professionals are able to get. So as we can see in the article, some experts or other people in the management of the segment is very worried about the image that this kind of information can cause to the people, to the average people, to the normal people. I mean, because people in general can think that the bad situation of health services is because of the high income that doctors are earning now.
Well, that is something interesting that you bring up because in my reading of the article and the associated article that was basically giving the information for this original article, it says that less than 10% of the healthcare cost is from the doctor's salary. Less than 10%. So the other part is other factors.
It's low. Yeah, very low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that it's a different animal. That's the expression we use to represent a different thing. It's a different animal comparing the Brazilian healthcare services to the American. In the United States, you must have health insurance. It's a law. It's a law that you must have health insurance. If you don't, you can get a fine. You can get it. It's not a ticket, but you get a fine and you have to go before a court and then they determine what you need to do. But it's a mess. You know, when they said we want Obamacare, okay, well, Obamacare has a clause that indicates you must have health insurance. And it's going to be based on your income, how much you need to pay for that health insurance. And there are some government subsidies that help you to get something that's affordable based on your income. I don't know that much about it because I don't live there and I don't need to worry about it. I do have a healthcare plan that's American, and I have a Brazilian healthcare plan, and I have the public health care here in Brazil too. But the idea is that it's less than 10% of the cost of healthcare is for the doctor. But I can tell you, one big factor for the people to charge so much money as a doctor is what they call what is it? I'm sorry, it's the when you get sued, it's called lawsuit. Okay, somebody wants to processar you. They want to bring a lawsuit against you. That's called malpractice lawsuit insurance. and you pay an insurance company, and they have many lawyers to help you as a doctor and all the doctors inside of their plan of the insurance. You pay an amount of money and you are protected up to a limitation. You know,
Okay.
the ability to protect you, you cannot do something legitimately wrong. Okay. You cannot do something ethically wrong. You cannot do something morally wrong. You cannot do something physically, in the medical terms, wrong. You have to do the right things. But sometimes accidents happen. My sister
Exactly.
was just in the hospital for a biopsy of her liver. The doctor says, "Oh, I think you have fatty liver because of too much fat in your diet, too much sugar in your diet." So I wanted to have a biopsy done with a doctor to take a little part of your liver and do an examination to understand the full realm or the full impact of this fatty liver on your body and on your health. Well, the doctor went in and did the biopsy, but in the process, they cut into the bile duct. And I don't remember what this is in Portuguese, but the bile secretes a liquid into I think it's into the liver to break down your food, or it's from the liver. Anyway, it goes in and it digests your food. But the bile started going into her body cavity, just leaking out. So my sister almost died. But my other
Oh,
sister,
man.
told the doctor, "Listen, you need to fix this, and you need to fix it now," because my sister had been in a coma for probably about a week. And my sister was getting worse and worse every day. And so this doctor made a mistake, a physical mistake in her surgery of taking a piece of the liver for a biopsy. So now my sister is suing that doctor, suing the hospital, and that's why they have lawsuit insurance. And so that cost creates a higher cost in our healthcare to protect the doctor, protect the hospital from wrongdoing, we say, from doing something wrong.
Okay. So side effects of the segment that gets so high, the costs for people in general. Okay,
Yes.
interesting.
Yes. So I know
Interesting.
that's a factor. Another factor is that in the statistics, the group of statistics, I saw something very crazy, man. In the United States, we have medical schools and medical hospitals, and what they call it, university hospitals, like
Okay.
Stanford University in California, Stanford University, Princeton University, and many high-level universities have a hospital inside or associated with the university. So the doctors that are teaching the students to become a doctor, they do the process in the university, and the students observe and watch and participate when they have enough education to do that. That's a practicing hospital university, or university hospital, I mean. So this gives people a lower cost than many of the other hospitals because they don't pay the same fee because they're getting operated on by students that are not fully classified as a doctor yet, but they're like the last year of their education before they go into residency. So that's
Yes.
one thing. You can get a surgery done in one of these university hospitals and get a lower cost. And your insurance, your health insurance normally will cover that. It's not a problem. But what I found is that in the universities, the residency is where you learn to become a doctor. That's when you work many hours. You get a salary, but your salary is here. Your salary is pretty low, maybe $100,000 a year. And as a doctor, that's like chicken scratch. Okay. It's like it's nothing compared to what you can make, but it's what you get paid to enter into the profession of being a doctor. It's called residency. And you've heard that, I'm sure that before. It's the same in Brazil, I'm pretty sure. That you have
Yes.
to go through, I think, 1 or 2 years of residency. And then after that, you are considered a doctor. No questions. Okay. And then you can start
Exactly.
studying your specialty, and maybe even during the residency, you're studying your profession and becoming that specialty during that time. So it's interesting. The fact is, the residency is limited. The
Hmm.
residency has a capacity of X, we'll say 100, but there are 150 medical students that graduated as a medical doctor, and 50 of them do not have a place to go and do the residency, which is where you become a full-fledged doctor. I found that out in this article. And I said, what? So
Yeah.
you go through all this education and you learn what you need to know, but you can't go to the next step because you don't have a vacancy in a hospital or a university to complete this residency. That is crazy to
Yes.
me. You spend a
Yes.
lot of money. In fact, they said you spend about $125,000 to $250,000 to become a doctor. $150,000 to $250,000, depending on the school you go to.
Hmm.
You spend a lot of money to get the degree of being a medical doctor. And then if you can't find a job as a resident in a hospital, you're never going to get to the point where you can practice medicine. You could be like a physician's assistant. You can practice that, and that's almost a
Hmm.
doctor, but it's not a doctor. And a doctor can go on to be a specialist, and they can get a lot of money. You saw neurosurgery, not osteopathic, but orthopedic surgery. You know, those guys make a lot of money, but the top 10% make like 4,000 or 4 million a year. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
And
sure.
that's a
For
big
sure.
difference right there. The fact is that not everybody that goes to medical school and graduates as a medical student will have the opportunity to go on to residency. There are limitations. And so it's pretty
Yeah.
sad, man, to think about
It,
that.
it is the same in Brazil. The same in Brazil. My girlfriend has a nephew that I think she completed the course of medicine 2 years ago, and she is working in that small centers,
Oh,
small.
her niece, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
in a neighborhood.
Like a clinic.
Yeah,
Okay.
like UPA, like UPS. It's a
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
uh, public
I
service
go to them. I go
clinic.
to them when I'm sick. I go there. I do have
Yeah,
my private insurance that I can go there too, but it's further away, more more time. But if it's something serious, I'll go to the hospital. You know that I have the insurance,
yeah.
which I have Notre Dame.
Hmm.
It's
So she works a lot. She works a lot. I think she works in three units. That I think in Brazil, I'm not comparing the income that she has, but in general, I think a doctor in the beginning of their career
mm-hmm.
maybe earns around, I don't know, $100,000 a year.
100,000 reais.
Ah, no,
Okay.
no. Converting to dollar, I think around 80,000 or 100,000 reais a year, dollars a year.
So that's about 400 to 500,000 reais a year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's a lot of money, dude.
Yeah, but if you think in their journey and the responsibility and it's the same. So
Mhm.
they study for 6 years and more 2 years as a residency, and it's necessary to continue study, uh, to participate on Congress and other stuff, to in order to maintain updated to the news, to the new technology or new researches and other stuff.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
compared to US and other countries, it's low.
Oh, show me you said you had a slide you wanted to show and share with us.
Yeah, I have this, but it's general. It's not only tied to doctor career,
Okay.
but in general.
Okay.
Okay, let me see here
All right. Oh, I
how
wanted to
to
share my
share.
screen too. I'm going to share another slide. I'm going to show you the kind of house you can buy if you were a doctor making good money. But I want you to share yours first, please. Okay, so this is a slide showing different amounts of money that you can make as a doctor, or no, as any
Okay,
profession, right?
it is appearing to you.
Yeah, yeah, I can see it. Yeah, when you share your
Yeah,
screen, you can't see it yourself. It's kind of weird. So Monaco
yeah.
has the highest annual income for.
Exactly what was for me a big surprise.
Mhm.
Monaco, Bermuda, Norway, not a big surprise, but
But this is just jobs overall, right?
yeah, this is the average income in general.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so United States is the one, two, three, four, five, six, seventh place
Mm-hmm.
in this list. In Brazil is yeah here.
Whoa, dude.
The average is $80,000 a year in 2021.
Okay, so that's 40,000 reais, and you divide that by
Yeah,
12, and that's about 3,000 reais per month.
exactly.
About 3,500 or something like that.
Exactly.
Okay. I know that it's not easy in Brazil to make a lot of money. It's not easy.
Hmm.
I have some rich friends and they make a lot of money, but they're in different industries like banking, um,
Yeah,
hot top level lawyers, becoming partners and all that type of thing. It's a different animal here. It's different
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, for sure. So it's interesting to see that.
Oh yeah.
And we are behind of Argentina.
Well, I don't know about that right now.
Yeah, yeah,
When is this? When is the
weird.
data? When is the data from? What year? Do you know?
Yeah, yeah.
This may be about 4 years old or something. Because right now,
I think the
Argentina's not
source,
doing good.
yeah, yeah, because
And this is 2021.
it's
I can see it.
about yeah 2021, so 3 years, almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but it's interesting. It's interesting to see and realize the big gap, the huge gap around the world. So
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
it's sad
Yep.
to be
So let me
honest.
share my screen again real quick.
Yeah, let me stop
Um.
here.
All right.
Okay.
And go here. And then I want to go to this. Well, I want that here. I'm sorry. Need to get out of this screen. I can't see because this other screen is in the way. But this here shows you the level of housing that you can buy if you are making, 1 to 4 million a year. You can easily afford this. Even 350,000, you can afford something in this area here probably. This is doable for 350,000 a year easily.
Hmm.
If you want something along a different level, like something like this, yeah, you're gonna have to have millions a year to afford something like this or something like this. These
Nah, nice,
are
nice
multi-million dollar
place.
homes. This is in the Hamptons in New York. So
Hmm.
this is one of the most expensive houses in the Hamptons. To have a big,
Mm.
big house, you have to have a big salary, but you have some great options um,
Hmm.
to buy a nice house if you have a good salary. So I just wanted to share that real quick. In the United States, you have so many possibilities of having a nice home,
Hmm.
and you have to have a nice salary for a nice home. I mean, an expensive home like that, but you don't need to always have the best of the best. If you want that, you're going to have to find a way to make more than $1 million a year. And I'm not
So
there. I don't expect to be there before I die, but okay.
yeah, that's the reason, it's not a big surprise that people in general want to migrate to US,
Yeah, yeah, better
pursuing
way of life,
pursuing
more
dream,
possibilities.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
So anyway, it was a good topic. Appreciate you bringing that to the table here so we could talk about it. And it's been good. And I look forward to the next time. So just want to say goodbye for today. Uncle Bruce saying goodbye. Thank you, Juvenile.
Bye bye, everybody. Have a nice week ahead for
Okay.
everybody.
Thank you.